Graveyard, long time no see. I know it's been a while. I know I kind of disappeared there for like an entire year, but I'm back and I'm ready and I have something really cool to show you. Now, I'm sure as Sims players, a lot of you are very familiar with this platform by now. It is called the Sims Tree. They reached out to me back when I believe they were first like starting up, and they have grown so much and have added so many cool features since then. I owe it to them to showcase this wonderful, wonderful platform, which I'm still very much learning myself and playing with and messing around with, but I have the perfect family to kind of demonstrate all there is to do. I would like to introduce to you guys my American Girl Legacy, which is a legacy challenge that Lunar Ghosties herself has decided to create. So in my year hiatus, I have created a legacy challenge. But these guys were perfect to show off all these features because, I mean, we're already down to 3 generations, but for the challenge itself, we would be starting down here. Kamea, the founder, just has a very large family. This is Gen 1, her grandmother, a pony, then her father and mother, Dakota and Helona, her older sister, Paloma, and then her 2 younger twin brothers, Mato and Coda. And then Kamea here has this little icon next to her, which is her pet horse, Tika. Let's dive a little bit further into how exactly this tree came to be. You have to toggle on this little pencil to kind of start editing everything. Then you click on these 2 little, they look like dials almost, and you can change your background, and there's so many different backgrounds to choose from, and there's pro versus free. So you can have a subscription to the Sims Tree, or you can use a bunch of free backgrounds and stuff like that. You can upload your own, and they even give you the file size, which is really nice. You can also change and edit so many things. This is like a coder's dream. So if you want a different color tree line, I have mine set to white because I just feel like it stands out, and that is the default that they have. You can also change the thickness. So I don't know, let's just say I'm feeling crazy and I want my lines to be 10 thick. There we go. I do like the default though, so we're gonna stick to the default 3. You can also toggle on a bunch of these things. So I just have their first names displayed, but you can also display their last name. You can display if they are alive or dead, and then there's different colors for that. They have an automatic default airline, and I'll show you how the airline works too, because I wasn't sure about this feature, and then I was messing around and I figured it out, and it's really, really cool. We're just gonna save so that it goes back to our little 3-line default. But if I were to select Paloma, then the airline changes, and then she automatically becomes the heir, I guess, of the challenge, right? But Kamea is our heir, so, and then once you toggle this off, that won't change. So that line will stay the same. There's all different things you can do. You can change the border color of your pets if you want your pets to have like a different border than the rest of your Sims. There's just so many different things you can do here to customize the tree itself, which is really, really cool. Moving on, there's all these different side views as well. And when you go to create this, you can edit the dynasty as well. That they call it like the dynasty overall. So I just have like a default photo of where this legacy challenge is going to take place, and then what the name of the dynasty is. So you can, you know, say like their last name is Oakley, and if their last name would consistently stay Oakley throughout everything, then I would call it the Oakley Legacy. But because it's a specific challenge that I'm going to be doing, that's what I decided to name it. And then if you go to my Sims, you can add a bunch of different Sims, and I'll show you how to do that as well. But these are all the Sims that I added, obviously. And then obviously you can add pets as like a separate category. If you go over to where it says add, you can then upload a photo, and the photo is super, super customizable as well. First name is a requirement, but you do not have to put the last name, but you can. Like, again, it's very, very detailed. They have different gender. So you can do like male, female, and other. And then you can change the condition of your Sim, so like alive, dead, etc. And then they also have this really cool feature where you can select a tag. So I will show you what I have for Kamea here. For Kamea's Sim card, because she's going to be our most fleshed out Sim, you can add all sorts of different photos, but right now she just has her little profile icon. You can add who her parents are. So they also have a gallery, which which is a really cool feature, and I'll show you what the gallery is all about too. But these are her parents, obviously. You can add who her friends are, who her pets are. So I have Tika listed as her pet. They have different occults too. So if your sim is an occult, you can select their occult status as well. She's female, but again, like I said, they have female, male, other, and then you can like kind of customize gender. Location, they have all of the Sims worlds, and then they have the character traits. So you can either, there's a drop down menu that you can select all these character traits and then you get the fun little Sims 4 icons, or you can input your own. Like, let's say you have custom content that gives your Sims a trait that's not in the game, you can put that in the custom section. And then same thing with aspirations. Diary, I haven't done anything with, only because we haven't started said challenge quite yet, but this is where you can add like all sorts of things about your Sim. Avatars, we only have this one. You can have as many pictures in here as you want, and then there's this little toggle, so if we didn't want this to be her profile picture, you can always, if there's another photo, you can toggle it on and off. And then you can add links. I don't know too much about this feature, but I imagine if you have like, you know, like a Tumblr or something where you have your Sims story more fleshed out, you could always like link it here. But don't quote me, I'm not entirely sure on that. And then as far as relationships go, so if you toggle on the little pencil again, this is where you can edit your tree. Helona here is Dakota's spouse. And the way that I did that was you select the heart, and they have all of these different partner selections, and then you can select from your Sims down below or add a new Sim, and it'll take you to that menu, basically the Sim card that I was showing you guys before. And then same thing for up here. So if Aponi's parents existed, which they do somewhere out there, we would select this up arrow, and then that would add a whole new person. Now, one thing I did notice as well about adding the children, for example, I added Paloma first because she's the oldest. I think if I were to add like Kamea or these little guys first, then they would show up first on the family tree. And I am not 100% sure if there is a way to move it. So I would suggest, if you have a lot of Sims children, to definitely put them in age order from the get-go, because I'm not sure how you would move it otherwise. If we go over here to gallery, this I think is so cool. So if you upload photos to like your Sims gallery in the tree, it looks like they then get posted to this like almost like social media side. So like I recognize some of these names for sure. You can like them, you can comment on them. Ooh, and then you can even copy their tree link. So then you can probably then go check out their family tree. That's really cool. And then they have, so like this is where my likes are. And then I can favorite people's trees. So if there's like a legacy that I'm following on YouTube, we'll use Rosanna, for example. She's got her Not So Berry Challenge Sims listed here. And if I was watching her playthrough of this, then I can favorite her family tree and kind of like stay up to date that way as well. So that is a little bit about the Sims tree. I hope you guys enjoyed, and definitely if you are a legacy Sims player, absolutely go check it out. And thank you so much to the Sims tree, and I'm excited to be back. So thank you guys so much for clocking into the graveyard shift today, and I will see you guys soon.